Hello, guys, and welcome back to another part of Deaf Bakugou times Mute Listener. Anyways, so guys, I just wanted to say thank you so much for all the views I have gotten on my most recent two parts. Oh my gosh, you don't understand how much I love that. It's beautiful to see how much you guys actually really care, and it's just. And I want to say, when I looked earlier this morning, I had 22 followers, and I mean, to me, that's amazing because in the shortest amount of time that I've been on YouTube, that is really nice, and I don't know why, I just love it so much. And I just want to thank you guys so much for that. I also just want to give a little bit of a warning before I read part 3. It has, mentioning of blood, just yeah. So, but yeah. In my opinion, quite a sad part. I read it through before I'm doing this now. So yeah. And I hope you guys will enjoy. Okay, I guess let's get started. Okay, part 3. I know I say this every time. It's just so that you guys remember who wrote the story. Part 3 of Deaf Bakugou times Mute Listener was written by PlushieTRex. I'm just gonna let you guys know every part, so in case you haven't seen the first and the second part. Yeah. Also, apologies for stuttering. I'm still kind of on that verge. But yeah. And I will try my best to do voices, talk like the people who do, but I'm not that good in those things, so I will try my best. Anyway, let's get on to it. Your Pove. After 10 months of training for UA, it was finally time for the UA exam. I am so excited. I got changed into some black pants that are slightly baggy, a sports bra, and a zip-up red hoodie. After I grabbed my phone and my shoes, I put my shoes on and left the house. I might be able to see Katsuki there too. I hope he doesn't break his hearing aids. Once I got to Katsuki's house, I noticed that he was waiting there for me. Hey, shorty. Are you fucking ready? I nodded and smiled softly. Let's go then, he said as we walked to UA. Let's hope I don't break my hearing aids this time. I nodded. Yeah, it'll be another 10,000 yen if you break them again, I signed, and he looked upset. I'll try not to. Plus, you didn't have to help me. I did what I wanted, not what you said to. I'll help you any way I can. Got it? I signed, cutting him off. Fine. He signed and he said back. Katsu has gotten better at sign language for the past few months. He would get stuck on some words and get angry, but remain calm until he gave up and put burn marks on his coffee table in his room. Either way, he learned more than I have in 10 months. He even wanted to start a new secret language that was just between me and him. We call it doctor's writing, since it's how doctors write in scribbles. Here's a picture. That is the alphabet that we use to write when we want to talk to each other. Some of our notes are written like this too, but only when we get bored in class. Anyways, we soon got to the school and saw Deku. He then noticed us but looked a little off. Hey YN, hi Kachan. I smiled and waved back as Katsu just made it and tapped my shoulder. When we when we get in there, remind me to put these back in, he said as he took out his hearing aids. I nodded and he held my hand after putting his hearing aids in his pocket. Move it, extras, he said as we walked to the building. I then chuckled a bit, but no noise coming from my throat or mouth, so I was okay with it. When we got into the auditorium and took a seat in the middle of the place, I tapped on Katsuki's shoulder. You can put them back in now. I signed, and he nodded, putting them back in and turning them on. Gosh, this looks cheesy. I shook my head as we looked at our cards we got before coming in here. Both of ours both of ours said A, meaning we got put into the same group. We smiled and nodded at each other. Once the whole talk about the bots as villains was over, we finally was able to get on with the exam. There's no countdowns in real life, so go! Prison Mike said as the heavy metal doors opened and we all ran forwards into battle. From the block over, I could hear Katsuki exploding robots left and right, as I was controlling them to explode from the inside. It soon was about time for the exam to end, as a huge 0-point bot came up behind me. I tapped back out to notice Katsu trying to fly up and take it down, but I got to it first and made it explode, quickly tapping out and into Katsu's mind to get him away from the bot's explosions. When I tapped back into my own body, Katsuki ran up to me as my dizziness was setting in. Hey, you did great. Now come on, do the old nurse hag, he said as he picked me up and brought me to the old lady. Hello, everyone. I'm Recovery Girl. I'll be healing your wounds now, she said as Katsuki set me down on the floor and we both got healed up from our little injuries. We then went home and decided to have a training night with We then went home and I decided to have a training night with Katsu. I'll come over, but you better not fall asleep on me, Katsuki said as he went inside his home and I went to mine. I used Morse code to tell everyone I'm home. No one answered, like usual. At this point, I think that my parents have either A, moved out finally, B, died, or C, completely ignored my existence by now. Let's see. When I walked around the seemingly empty house, I noticed some blood around the hallway and staircase. Okay, who died? Like, for real. When I got upstairs to my brother's rooms, I saw. Sorry if I can't pronounce these names correctly. I saw Jinsu and Natsuka laying on their beds. I knocked on the door to Jinsu's room and he looked up at me. Oh, hey, welcome home. Mom and Dad died from a villain break-in. Natsuki. ugh. Natsuka is still stressing out in his room and Ash is asleep. She hasn't found out about it yet, since she hasn't woken up since this morning. Oh, and Mela is in your room, and she didn't want to be left alone for too long, since Mom died in her room. I go check on her. I nodded as Jinsu got up, walking over to me and petting my hair. I'll go make dinner and see if Ash will wake up. I nodded again, trying to still process all that he told me. Mom and Dad died? From a villain break-in? Jinsu went downstairs to make dinner as I went to my room to find Mela playing with her bunny plushie. I then tapped her shoulder as she looked up at me and hugged me. Sissy! You heard what Jinsu said, right? I nodded and she sat back on my bed, tears forming in her puffy red eyes. It'll be okay. We will get through this together, okay? I signed and she nodded. Mela has had problems with trust and hearing. Jeez, Rooster. So I've taught her how to understand sign language and trust her siblings. Mela then showed me that she picked out some PJs for me as I smiled and told her to play with her bunny. I just want to say, I apologize if you guys can hear that the rooster is very rude today. So, yeah. Okay, she said as I got changed and Natsuka knocked on my door. Hey, dinner's ready, he signed and said as Mela went with him to go downstairs. I honestly can't believe that Mom and Dad died. How are we going to be able to take care of Mela? She's only 10. Hell, Ashes even. Uh, Hell, Ashes even having a hard time and she's 18. Jinsu is 22 and Natsuka is 20. So they'll be okay to live on their own. I hope that we can get the house cleaned up. Hey, Yan, Bakugou is here, Jinsu said as I went downstairs. Hey, Yan, the old hag said that I could stay over. Is your parents okay with it? Wait, hey, Yan, the old hag said that I could stay over. Is your parents okay with it? I flinched a bit and signed. Fate died today, so I'd say that it is. Katsu looked at me and hugged me. I didn't know how to respond, so I hugged back. Tears threatening my eyes. It'll be okay, he said in a softer tone than usual. Okay, you two, dinner's ready, Jinsu said as we let go and sat down at the table. Mela then went up to get Ash as Natsuka gave us our food. Soon the smaller child brought down as every sleepy girl. Is it dinner time already? Ash said as she rubbed her eyes. Yeah, and we have a guest, so try to be nice, Mela said as they sat down and joined us. After dinner, Natsuka went to his room and Mela helped Jinsu with the dishes. Ash fell asleep on the couch after she finished her food. I swear she sleeps too much, I signed to Katsuki as he hummed softly. So ready to train? He asked as I nodded. Time to train our writing. And your sign language, I signed as we went upstairs and started to work. Okay, so that was part 3 of the Deaf Bakugo and Times Mute Listener. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, make sure to leave a like. If you are new to my channel, please make sure to subscribe and put on the notification bell. Can't wait to do part 4. I haven't read it yet, so I'll be pre-reading it soon, and then I'll record it. Yeah, that is it for today, and I hope you liked it, and I hope you guys have such a lovely day and or night, whatever time it is by you. Stay safe in this world, and just remember that no matter what problems you have, or if you're struggling with something, and if you just need someone to talk to, just drop a comment down below, and I will be more than happy to answer as soon as I can. I'm sorry for the different time structures I'm uploading videos. I just have schoolwork and all that kind of jazz, typical teenage stuff. So I'm terribly sorry, but I do appreciate all the support you guys are giving me, and it means a lot. So thank you guys so much for that. If you have any recommendations, also please just drop some down in the comment down below. I'll be more than happy to get to them as soon as possible. So yeah, I'm also thinking of making my own little character times listener skits. So yeah, those will be out soon as I make them. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and as always, see you guys next time. Bye.